గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ అండ్ వెల్కమ్ టు బిజినెస్ వాచ్. ఇక ఈనాటి వివరాల్లోకి వెళ్తే దేశీయ స్టాక్ మార్కెట్లు ఈ రోజు బారిష్గా ముగిశాయి. అంతర్జాతీయ మార్కెట్ల ప్రతికూల ప్రభావంతో పాటు రియాలిటీ ఆయిల్ స్టాక్స్ లో అధికంగా సెల్లింగ్ ప్రెజర్ నమోదు కావడంతో బీఎస్ఈ సెన్సెక్స్ 345 పాయింట్ల భారీ నష్టంతో 19,585 వద్ద ముగిసింది. నేషనల్ స్టాక్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ నిఫ్టీ 108 పాయింట్ల నష్టంతో 6,000కు దిగువన 5,890 వద్ద క్లోజ్ అయింది. లాభపడ్డ షేర్లలో హీరో హోండా 1.63%, భారతి ఎయిర్టెల్ 1.8%, ఎల్టీ 0.50%, పవర్ గ్రిడ్ 0.49%, గెయిల్ 0.26% లాభపడ్డాయి. నష్టపోయిన షేర్లలో రిలయన్స్ ఇన్ఫ్రా 5.43%, హిందాల్కో 4.32%, కోటాక్ బ్యాంక్ 4.26%, రిలయన్స్ క్యాపిటల్ 4.23%, విప్రో 4.19% నష్టపోయాయి. భారత్లోని ఔత్సాహిక వ్యాపారవేత్తలకు విదేశాల్లో గ్రీన్ కార్డ్ స్టేటస్ ను అందించేందుకై అమెరికాకు చెందిన మిడ్ వెస్ట్ సెంటర్ ఫర్ ఫారిన్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ సంస్థ MCFI EB-5 వీసా పైలట్ ప్రోగ్రాంపై ఇన్వెస్టర్లకు అవగాహన సదస్సును నగరంలో ఏర్పాటు చేసింది. EB-5 వీసా ప్రోగ్రాం ద్వారా విదేశాలకు చెందిన పెట్టుబడిదారులకు అమెరికాలో అవకాశాలను కల్పించడమే కాకుండా అమెరికాలో ఉద్యోగ అవకాశాలని పెంచుకుంటూనే శాశ్వత సభ్యత్వాన్ని కల్పించే గ్రీన్ కార్డ్ వీసా స్టేటస్ ను కూడా MCFI సంస్థ కల్పించనుంది. EB-5 గ్రీన్ కార్డ్ వీసా స్టేటస్ పై మరింత వివరాలను మిడ్ వెస్ట్ సెంటర్ ఫర్ ఫారిన్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ మేనేజింగ్ డైరెక్టర్, MCFI మార్కెటింగ్ డైరెక్టర్లు సంయుక్తంగా ఛానల్ 4కు ఇచ్చిన ప్రత్యేక ఇంటర్వ్యూ చూద్దాం. ఫారిన్ పెట్టుబడిదారులను ఆకర్షించి EB-5 పాసిబిలిటీ సెంటర్ ద్వారా మిడ్ వెస్ట్ సెంటర్ ఫర్ ఫారిన్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ సంస్థ చేపడుతున్న పలు కార్యక్రమాలను వివరించడానికి ప్రస్తుతం మనతో మిడ్ వెస్ట్ సంస్థ ఫర్ ఫారిన్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ డైరెక్టర్ ఫర్ మార్కెటింగ్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ఆపరేషన్స్ మిస్టర్ డొనాల్డ్ ఎల్ శాండర్స్కి ఉన్నారు. అలాగే యుఎస్ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ క్యాపిటల్ సంస్థ గ్రాండ్ బ్రిడ్జ్ మేనేజింగ్ డైరెక్టర్ సీనియర్ వైస్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ గ్రెగరీ సోల్మస్ కూడా EB-5 వీసాపై మరిన్ని వివరాలను అందించడానికి మనతో ఉన్నారు. వెరీ గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్. What exactly Midwest Center for Foreign Investment does as an objective by organizing such kind of awareness programs?
Well, the Midwest Center for Foreign Investment is actually a regional center in the U.S. located in the Louisville, Kentucky area. It's been established to manage projects for what's called the EB-5 visa program. Now, the EB-5 visa program was established back in 1990. It's been in existence for over 20 years, but it's known very little outside of the U.S. or even inside, because there was only a small number of visas that have been allotted to this program, only 10,000 per year. And in the past 20 years, this quota has never been met. There's many other kind of visas to enter the U.S. As immigrant visas to the U.S. Some of them have maybe 500,000 visas per year, and they all have quotas for them, so sometimes people have to wait many years to get one of these visas. But the EB-5 visa only has 10,000 as a quota, and it's never been met because the program has been misunderstood, and also there were several problems in the program. The government originally started it, and it was very restrictive, and it was very difficult for foreign investors to invest in the program and receive green cards. But over the years, the U.S. government has realized the inadequacies in the program, and they've changed it and modified it and fine-tuned it to where they've made some recent changes where they've really got it right. And now a foreign investor can place $500,000, a minimum of $500,000 in an approved program by the government. And in a very short period of time, in a fast track, the investor can receive a green card to immigrate to the U.S. The investor's spouse receives a green card, and all children under 21 years of age that are unmarried can all receive green cards. And this is a very fast track program. Sometimes immigration to the U.S. can take many, many years. But with the EB-5 program, it can happen within 6 to 12 months after the initial process is started. So it's a real fast-track program. But for the U.S. side, the real intention of the U.S. government is to create jobs. As you probably heard in the news, there's a high level of unemployment in the U.S. And so the U.S. government wants to increase employment in the U.S., and they see this as one of the ways to do it. So any foreign investor that invests this amount of money into a qualified program in the U.S., that program must create 10 jobs for a 2-year period. At the beginning of the period, the foreign investor receives his green cards for his family, but there's a condition put on it. And that condition is that these 10 jobs must be produced by the investment for a period of 2 years. After 2 years, the restriction is taken away from the green card, and the family can stay and live in the U.S. As long as they want. They have privileges almost as any U.S. citizen would have, except they cannot vote. So we've just recently started a new regional center in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's different than other centers by the way we manage it, but also there's about 100 regional centers in the U.S. that have been developed. Okay. Many of them are just project related, and many of them have become inactive because of the nature of the previous problems with the program. But now we've started a new regional center in the Louisville, Kentucky area, which is really structured to develop high-quality investment projects for foreign investors.
You are saying that EB-5 is most beneficiary only for foreign investors. Could you just define pretty much more on what exactly EB-5 is?
Okay, what EB-5 is. In the U.S., we have many different types of immigration visas. There's all different kinds of letters, like a F1 and H1 and all different kinds. Like there's visas for if someone is married to someone, they can have their spouse come into the U.S. That's a special kind of visa. There's many other kind of special visas. There's a whole list of many types of visas, and each one has different quotas and different restrictions. The EB-5 is just one type of visa, and it's an investment visa. And it has a very small quota compared to the other ones, and that quota's never been met. So we really think there's a lot of opportunity now for foreign investors to that are interested in immigration to the U.S. Can apply and receive green cards for their families in a very short period of time.
Okay, and is there any security checks that are got involved in EB-5 case processing?
Yes, of course. Our government, as the Indian government, is concerned about restricting many types of people to enter the country. One of the biggest concerns they have is they don't want people that are involved in terrorism to come in the country. They don't want people that have earned money through drug trade and things like that to come in the country. So to qualify for the program and prior to the investment, the investor has to submit documentation to the government so they can do background checks to make sure that the money was earned legitimately, that it's not connected to drugs, that they're not connected in any way to terrorism. So this is just a security for the country.